Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. It's been a little bit of time. At least I didn't go this entire week without streaming. Kind of glad that I managed to find a way to come back. Hopefully everybody's doing okay this Thursday evening. Loud trucks in the background, and motorcycles. Hello, hello. Oh, it actually does have me leaning in. How to fix that? Anyway. Good evening, everyone. Back to the lounge. As you can see, the renovations have stalled. I was going to be doing some reno and set up a new background. That fell through. I've got a few ideas as to the things I can do in order to make it work, but we'll see how that goes. I want to see if I can do some kind of an animated background in a city like Hethero's amazing. This city is kind of modeled after Seattle, Tokyo, and Toronto all at the same time. As well as you can tell, New York City. The two sky beams going straight up. Anyhow, but I'm back. For the time being, I'll be doing some research today. And actually, it's more about map design and how to build a nice, fun to play dungeon. Good structure. For an RPG, at least. Dungeons for different kinds of games are very different. Like, if I were to look at Zelda dungeons, it'd be a very different structure. Look at dungeons in Golden Sun, which is on my list for doing research with. It again look very different. I've been doing a bit of research with Skyrim to see how the dungeons, caves, grottos, etc. there. Fortunately, I can't really show any of that because there's a couple of mods that I have to turn off. Shamelessly, but and they are not turning off nicely. They're not being nice about turning off. It is frustrating. But it is what it is. So anyway, yeah, I wanna look at some dungeon design, come up with some ideas to put in my game, and we'll see what's gonna happen with that. Maybe I can come up with something nice and solid, and find good ways to give atmosphere and purpose to a dungeon without making it central to the game, kind of thing, you know? So, sit back, relax, let's have some fun, shall we? Play a game. It'll be a good one. Come on in. For now, let's try Quest 3. Pause the music. Yeah, it says defeat Zoma, but I don't know how many times I've kicked Zoma's ass in this. This is one of my files that I actually played on stream, actually. Played it on stream, I beat it on stream. And this was the Vidoki party. Oh yeah. As you can see, if I take a look at the characters, I got Aurora, Louv, Honey, and Luna. Fortunately, Vidoki did split apart, so that was a bit sad. And rather unfortunate for this game. But, you know, he would it be. So anyway, we've got items all over the place. I feel like... Oh, that's why. I wasn't on super speed. Okay. So we're going to look at the existing... As you can see, there are, you know, creatures. There's... The overworld is nice. It's very nice. I'm going to one-shot pretty much everything that comes across, but... for different reasons. There you go. As you can see, Enemies are no problem, and I'm not doing this for the gameplay study. I've already done that part. In reality, all I'm looking at is the level structures. So what I can actually do right now, if I do zoom, we've got Mini Metal Manor, Reeve, Shrine of the Plains. Shrine of the Plains is actually not a bad place to start. Promontory Passage is probably the first stop. So what this brings us to is the Seaside Cave. Now, interestingly, this is a reimagining of this dungeon, and originally it just kind of started, like, I think in the next room? Really? Item! Rubus Sword. Item! Rubus Sword. Let's just keep doing this shit. Everything dies. So that'll just get things done faster. Maybe I'll cast Repel. That's a good idea. So anyway, so this is where the dungeon basically starts. As you can see, because this is seaside, you'll notice that there's like a cove in the background here. And this is all, you know, very oceanic. Really? Yeah, that didn't go so well for you, did it? No, not War Drum. Waves it purposely in the air and boom. Anyway. So, if I take a look at the next area, as you can see, there are bridges between different areas, which is actually new in this particular version. Let's do more of this. And yeah, there's custom equipments in here because this is modded to shit and back, so. But I love it this way. It's very expanded. Wait, did I go the wrong way? I did. Alright, so where we're going next is, I think, closer to like an underground passage. I really should set this up for auto. Everybody just keeps using the same thing over and over and over. See, Aurora is doing some kick-ass work. With a sword. That casts lightning bolts. Okay, so... This doesn't really have a dungeon vibe to it. More than anything, this just has, like, connecting underground. Which isn't terrible, but it kind of defeats the purpose of, like, grottos. So, let's instead do zoom. This time, instead of that, I'm gonna go to the Path of Promise. Because this is the first place that actually ends in what looks like a dead end, but it's not really. It has a portal at the end, but the structure is effectively a grotto where you get a bunch of shit. But it's a big grotto, so it's a bit bigger than what I would want to go for, but structure-wise and purpose, it actually kind of fits. So as we can see, this one, because it starts off as a ruin, it has a different vibe to it to start. This is a shrine type thing. You've got old man here. This big ass thing that they just... I literally nuked it open to get it open. There we go. It takes you the second half of this. They physically changed the... Oh. This is something I forgot about. I forgot about this. Alright, so. The point of this is that there's a lot of different... All of these holes you can fall down. You're supposed to wind your way around the area, find the real path around. which is much easier to do now that you can actually just look at the map, like so. In the original and in previous renditions, you had to basically find your way around. There was no automatic map or anything like that. Or even a map that filled itself in as you walked, except for on the open world. In dungeons, no map at all. This basically is a lot easier to manage. But at the same time, it takes away some of the mystery. My game, if you've seen it so far, has a map that expands on itself. So, I'm going to take some notes while we're doing this. Cost of memberships. Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. So we go through ideas and stuff here. Dungeon ideas to use. Verticality between floors with gaps that cause player to drop to the floor below. Use this in conjunction with mazes and unlockable doors or bridges. That's something to think about. Alright, so that's gonna be something we think about. This is actually the predominant feature of this dungeon, I think. If I'm not mistaken, after this, it just kind of turns into a triplicate of dead ends. Now, if we go down, you'll see that the below area is all just one big honking room. Did I? I don't think I did. We need... Oh, yo. Items. Let's see if I do... Oh yeah, I think, no, it's for treasures. The other two treasures on this level. Cool. So this is a good idea to also hide things in places like this. So, like if I do Snoop again. Ooh, shows the map. Motherfucker. How did somebody go faster than my level 99 maxed out character? Must roll the nat 20 on initiative. Anyway, so that takes care of that. The item is here. Pot. Alright, so I'll go down here. Nothing. Further down? Must be. Alright. Strong medicine. There it is, down in the bottom center. Oh, it's actual treasure chest. Chain sickle. Alright. So, having items that turn out to be equipment that is about what you would normally get in an area like this seems like a good idea. Let's do Rubus. Yes, Rubus. Everybody go down. Wish this would go faster. Anyway, so if I take a look at... There, cast peep again. Abilities, okay. Treasure, one treasure. Really? Snoop says nothing. Let's see what else we can find. Sneak again. Nope. I'll go over to this corner and see what I can find. You know what I should probably do is like turn on the metal wing boomerangs. That sounds like the best one. Or the metal king boomerangs. So let's see, if I do equipment... I love some of these names. Oh my god, Destructible. On a group of unlucky baddies, that's... Metal Wing Boomerang, there we go. Metal Wing Boomerang. Move. Gets another. So does Honeycup, and so does Luna. Hello, my friends. Oh yes, that's right. I gotta do two. Still nothing. That's weird. I could have sworn Battle Fork sounds pretty strong. It kind of is most of the time. And strength isn't really what I'm going for. A Battle Fork might actually be good to, like, a partisan of some form. Also, Prelate, welcome! Great to see you. Hopefully you're doing good. As I mentioned earlier, this dungeon is mainly based around hits and puzzles that have to do with vertical. The problem is, one of the problems that I mentioned earlier is that because of the map being fully explored 100% of the time anyway, there are no... You're good. Finished dinner / dished. Oh, very good. Good to hear. I did not eat dinner. I skipped a meal again, which I really should not be doing, but when you have no appetite until way too late, it just kind of happens. Let's get these guys out of here. But it's good to hear you've been eating. That's a hard ask for a lot of people these days. Most days, honestly. Alright, so let's get into the next floor. I'm not sure. I think it's the main gimmick of this cave has already been explored, which is the verticality. Made soup. Soup is the best. Yep, okay, so this is even worse. Excuse me. So, one of the points of this dungeon was that there are 3 dead ends, but one of the dead ends actually turns out to be a warp portal, which takes you to the next, town. In this version, there's no mystery there as to which one is the real one, which one's the fake. There's no mystery. None whatsoever. It's gone. Kinda sucks. Otherwise it is what it is. I wonder which one exactly. One of these stars is not like the other. So that was a different thing. I remember the first time I played this game, it was on the Game Boy Color. Actually, I played the GBC version. I went right, middle, left, so I got all the dead ends first. I'm like, God damn it! I just want to get out of here. Alright, so now that we got that done, let's take a look at the next. So this is the Path of Promise. We've got Korave, Skyfell Tower. I haven't really done anything with tower-type dungeons yet. I have a tower, but it's not a dungeon. It's more of like someone's home. Someone lives there and does work there. That's about it. There's Norvik, Fairy Village. I could do the Underground Lake. Let's take a look at that. So, as you can see, this one is, it's an underground lake, so there's water everywhere. There's trees outside, so something to keep in mind if you're doing an area that has an outdoor section to it. Make it look like it's alive, because it should be. Not everything is, you know, rocks and death. So what we have here is, as you can see, there's, you know, water. There are multiple paths to go. So, take a note of that. It sounds like the one that what they did with this one has more to do with branching paths. Branching paths leading to different floors, or at least entrances to the next floor. Let's see. Make sure to keep the theme of each dungeon the same as the area outside would lead a player to believe. So as it stands, I actually have an underground lake type dungeon that I'm working. It is literally just the door, and that's it. So that's part of the reason that I'm doing more research into this. The verticality thing I might actually use for the mine. The mine would be a lot of fun. So as you can see, there is indoor water. Oh god, these things. Alright. So the main theme here... How did I miss treasure chests? Really? There's no way. Middle seems... yeah, middle is normal. Normally, a good one would be middle. We're gonna do abilities. There's still a treasure here. The fuck did I miss? Anyway, so we're gonna go find all of these. Ah, here it is. Okay. So this is also heavily modded, so we're gonna run into particular enemies that don't belong here, and belong as like super endgame enemies. As you can see, that section on the left has two branching directions. Now the reason for that is with this room connects to the one on the right. So it loops around to another entrance from the first floor. That's something I could kind of work with. But as you can see, it is still thoroughly fuck this thing. Okay. So we're gonna do a dung. Blessed Blade. Kasapple. No, that's not what I want. Kazamel, that's it. Enough. It did a shitload of damage. There we go. Darksteel Dragon is something that drops a shit ton of XP. Book of Evasion. We good here? Nope, no more. Okay, good. So as you can see, it loops around, but it keeps the theme. And that's something I want to, constantly be cognizant of. Now. I like that. Just swing, done. So we're going to take a look at this one. This area doesn't actually have too many branching paths when you look at you. It does have some branching paths. Don't get me wrong. There's a heal spot in this one, which is useful for higher level or places that are meant to be more challenging so that players don't get too frustrated. As you can see, though, let me actually do it quick. 2 treasures. So they're probably in those dead ends. Now, rewarding exploration with treasures like that, whether it be gold or equipment, is always good. Because one of the things I didn't actually like about Skyrim There were a lot of places that just seemed like they were dead ends for no reason. Iron Lance. So for this point in time, Iron Lance is actually not too bad. It's not as good as some of the things you might get, but it's still okay. Care Riviere. Okay, we're going to the next floor and see what's there. I don't recall what the structure was here. I think it had something to do with some hidden passages. This seems overly simplified for a different part. There's that one place to the top that... Oh! Hold up. That might not be a bad idea. Sometimes branching paths lead to seeing the goal without being able to reach it. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad structure. Because that's... I'll show you what I mean by that. It's one of the things you run into in this dungeon. And it's... Luckily, it's the easier one to get to, is the false. Oh, wow, there's a lot of treasure here. So if we go up through here, you'll notice, that what you can do is see where you're supposed to be able to go, but not get there. Oh, that's good. But you do still get something. Steel Broadsword is good right above that. And you can see where you're supposed to be able to go, but you can't get there. It helps drive a player to go seek out other areas to find. I do like the glowing furnace, though. I'm gonna have to remember that. There's capacity to put things like glowing fungi in. The problem that I run into is that it lags the shit out of the engine I'm using. Snooze stick. Silver rosary. What are you on your left? On your left. No. 2 more. If I do this... Snoop! Nope. Nope, God. We're gonna do another one of these. Still nothing? Let's see. Oh, just got another one over here. Wing. Now, if I do the last one, it's on the left-hand side. Okay. Sometimes this just brings out the completionist in me, so... 621 gold points. Interestingly enough... Alright. Ah! One shot. I love that spell. Gives you a boatload of XP, but it's like the sooner you can learn that spell, the better. So as you can see, this area kind of leads out into a indoor rocky outcrop. And as you can see, the rocky outcrop has all that fungus. Gives you a lot of view of the inside, so you can see what was done artistically. Hold up. Make dungeons that have artistic value. If there is scenery that could be had, make sure the player can eat it up. There we go. Little ideas. As you can see in here, you get out on here, you see all of this glowing, the plants that are doing this. There's like an altar over here where the treasure is. It's well crafted. It's very well crafted. But that actually calls the end of this dungeon. So let's take a look and see where we're headed next. That was Underground Lake. And we also had Nordy's Grotto, which is literally just a fort. Granted, because somebody lives there, and because it's a tunnel, it A, has wooden supports to show, you know, it's being held up. It's a tunnel. People are supposed to be going through this from time to time, for one. And for two, there are parts of it that look lived in because Nordy lives there. So that makes sense. Anywho, what we're also going to do... Oh, something just crossed my mind. One of the things that I gotta remember to do, if there is more than one floor, try to use the same map. So the game doesn't need to load each section separately. That's more data structure than anything. So I got Nordy's Grotto, the Desert Shrine, we've got the Pyramid. That's a shrine. Ooh, Kidnapper's Cave. We can take a look at this. This place was meant to be perplexing. So if you take a look, no, the right button. As you can see, this place is a fucking mess. I do not like the way this place is structured. But there is some logic to be learned here. I go up from here. We end up beating up some bandits. Give me a second. There we go. Alright. Let's go. Still nothing, huh? Alright, what do we got here? So there's two. Okay. Yeah. Cat bats. I think that's what they're called. Catula or something like that. Oh, God. That's it. Right. Alright, so we got 484 gold coins. There's a bunch of mimics here, too, so... Unfortunately, they will always show us. Dead. Alright. We're gonna go check out the other dead ends. Having dead ends with treasure chests is actually kind of important. And the reason for that is because you don't want a player to feel disappointed when they get somewhere that they weren't planning to go. They want to feel like there's some kind of small reward for even getting there to begin with. So don't do what I did in Neptune Quest, which was make a dungeon that was all mazes and dead ends, and if you went to the wrong place at the wrong time, you actually got sent back to the fucking beginning of the thing. I thought Anime was gonna fucking kill me when he found himself teleported outside the dungeon. He's like, why would you do that? I'm like, I was just doing a little trolling. XDX. God. I don't even have an XDX emote. I don't even use 7TV on here. I don't. That might actually be a good idea. Thoughts for the future. Alright, so let's take a look again. Oh, there's something on the floor there. Earring. That's all the caring that was in the budget. Alright, let's get rid of a few more of these dudes. Here we go. 10 items in here. This is one of the more frustrating dungeons. I feel like a beer. I shouldn't have a beer, though. Drinking. And I'm out of orange juice, so I can't mix it either. So. Beer and OJ is good. Seed up wisdom. Let's see, we're at 3 remaining. Oh, okay, cool. No one here. God, they're grunting so damn hard here. Alright. I have no idea what I just got. Doesn't matter. If I take a look at... Oh, hello. Startled by the sound of your footsteps. Okay. Well, I guess I'll come back with, tiptoe. Here we go. That's fun. Let's do this again. I feel like one of the best classes in here, though, is the Beastmaster. It's so fun. Nothing? Really? I'm gonna leave and come back. And this time I'm gonna use Tiptoe. Alright, so let's use abilities. Catfoot. If I remember correctly, it's off to the left here? Yep, there it is. Clackety clack. Yum yum. Oh my god, that's fucking terrible. Lectors over the moon. Now they've got more Canabox pals. Oh! That's a name. Forgot about that. Treasure. Still got 2 items remaining. That is my medication. I haven't actually taken it for the last couple of days, just because I've been finding, you know, less trouble getting to sleep. But... Huh. How about no? Bone's always saying, hey, you should link up with this person you don't know and play games with them in virtual reality. Like, how about no? Don't try that shit with me. Let's see. Ah, there's one. Wild magic water. And I think we're down... Any remaining? To the left, maybe? Yep. There's the last item. Actual fish chest. Iron helmet, there you go. So as you can see, all the ladies are doing quite well. We're gonna get over to here. Let's see. 8 treasures, holy balls. Okay. Well, there's 4 of them. Iron axe, an elixir, prayer right. Pretty good. And suit of full plate armor. Wrong button. So it looks like everything else is either going to be out on the floor or down over here with the...
Clear off before I have to hurt ya!
Oh.
Clear...
Well, I guess we're not doing that. I guess I must have done a new game plus. So that's frustrating. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go back to, I think it's Baharda? Yeah. I don't know why it's called Baharda in every version of the game I've played. I mean, it's cool, but Why? We're gonna skip all the story shits. Can't do anything there. Wait. Ribbit. Oh. I didn't even see that. Croaker. Okay, cool. Ribbert. Overtoad pals. So yeah, this levels up your pals, which is good. I don't even know what. Wait. Dude, I gotta go to Champagne Tower. Alright. Actually, it's probably not even called Champagne. Skyfell Tower, they call it. In the versions of this that I played, is the Champagne Tower. I'm gonna do this just so we can get through and see what the interior is like on the other side. We're just gonna use this as an opportunity to beat the fuck out of Kandar. Alright, Robin Hood. Let's see. Oh. Headphone. There we go. Instant kill. Alright. So. Let's go this way. Okay. So this is going to get us to the point where we're just beat up Kandar the first time. Once we're done doing that, we can probably... Zillion pulled off 2 miracles in Xenoverse 2. Good on him. Also, Bladeheart, welcome, welcome. Great to see you up here doing well. So the structure in this one, it's just tower. Is what it is. Fierce Fist level 36, other Hectic Assault, some higher level. Okay, cool. Is there anything in here I didn't check yet? I guess I did check here. Huh. Did I beat the guys here? Maybe New Game Plus is bugged then. Interesting. It is a mod that's letting me use New Game Plus, so we basically got everything for Kidnapper's Cave. The towers are... They are. Let's see. Adina, Theden, Japan, Orochi's Lair. This one's gonna be interesting. Alright, so. The structure on this one... Oh, I know what the structure's supposed to be for this. Both the skills parallel quests are meant for level 80 plus, because there's 7 stars in difficulty in DLC. Alright. Well, he did damn good then. As you can see, there are dead ends here. So the structure is kind of similar to what we had in the Underground Lake build. But as you can see, it also, A, leans heavily into the structural atmosphere. As you can see, there is lava everywhere. And B, as you're going through, you will hear roars from Orochi. So, let's see. Similar manner. If there is a legendary creature or some, not it don't, or some phenomenon put hints to its activity in the dungeon as you go. Cool. They both need to be clear on a time limit for the ultimate finish. Oh, jeez. Better luck than Chugga Conroy. The button mashing. So as you can see, this one, it's all about the atmosphere. So as you can see, you could go. There are vistas with all kinds of lava. There's treasure chests, of course, because if there aren't treasure chests, you're gonna piss off the player. Do this again. Oh, just put treasure. Another 3 in here. Okay. So we'll grab those quick. Padfoot. Let's use that again. So the one on the left. Another thing that I should probably keep an eye on is... I hate when they do this. Chugging mentioned. I watched this Let's Plays decades ago. Roxy, welcome. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Oh, strength seed. Nice. Okay. Snoop says nothing. Like Luigi's Mansion, how he can do a perfect fucking impression of the grabbing ghost. Alright, final magic water. Let's do. I think there's another. Yeah, dead ends that don't immediately portray themselves as dead ends. Oh, fuck. Are a little frustrating sometimes, but isn't either. Okay. Found out that the mod launcher for Simpsons Hit and Run had already preloaded cheats. Oh, that makes sense. There are certain games that are impossible to beat without cheats because their build structure is actually flawed. Like there are quests that are just straight up you can't complete them because the game is poorly put together. Infinite double jump. Oh boy. Ooh. Oh, got one. Ooh, got 3. Not that it matters, because, you know, we're max level. What? It is what it is. Light shield. Oh, that's right. Cursed equipment. Dragon Quest was one of the few series that actually had cursed equipment. There were a lot of other games that had stuff with like debuffs. Because Zen got Fierce Fist and Heroic Assault early. What gives them is meant for characters that are level 80 plus. Yo, hey buddy. You coming? Yep. Game runs at 60 FPS and you can run with a controller. Good. Hit and Run sits at smooth 60. Good. Glad to hear that. But yeah, there were some games that were legendarily known for being put together so poorly that some quests are just unbeatable. Reply to the one most available to me. I had the original Xbox version. Oh, I didn't really realize those. Oh yeah, Mask of Impossibility. That used to be a Mask for No Theater, N-O-H. So as you can see, this area ends in like what looks like some kind of an altar. So that's going to be a structure idea that I'm going to hold on to. Double check to make sure. One more treasure. Who the fuck's the treasure? Oh, there it is. Cool. There we go. Mini metal. Capped out on those. So, the only thing left to see. Look at all that lava. Lava falls. Lava pillars in the lava. That's just nice. It's got structure. Oh. Oh, that's so busted. Sent you Need for Speed Underground 2. Did you? What? Alright, so let's see. There's the Shallow Surf, Shrine of the Dwarf, Minoza. Minoza Cave is a good one. Alright, so, the structure in this one is that it is based in a swamp. As you can see, there is purple mist fucking everywhere. Now, structure-wise, is that it loops like crazy. There are so many ways to make it work. There's an achievement for kicking Marge all the way to Quickie Mart. Yeah, you did mention that. By the way, it's Quick, KWIK-E-Mart. Quickie Mart. From an OG Simpsons watcher to another. But anyway, yeah. That is... the design for that is... whatever! That was the second time you spelled it like that, and I'm like, is this bad? No. This is bad? No. Anyway, we're gonna Padfoot. So as you can see, this... You missed Apu, Nahasapima Pevalon. What happened to him? Did the VA leave the show? One of the most beloved characters. Yeah. Yeah. He had octuplet children with his beloved wife, Manchula. He was a good dude. Because of racist stereotypes, he had to step down. Alright, let's go. So this area was a pain in the ass before. This is still a pain in the ass. How to explain this? Alright, so first things first, we've got this area is all loops. All loops. Now imagine this. Imagine this map in a game where you don't have maps. You just have to remember where you've been, and everything is rock wall that looks the same. Frustrating as hell. Loops make for a frustrating game experience when you don't have maps. Especially when it's shit like this. But then on top of that, take a look. This has interesting structure to it. That path to the top is lined with treasure chests. Treasure chests, a good number of them are mimics, but some of them are actually really good shit. So I'll show you. As you can see, this is an empty chest. This is a full chest. Okay? I'm going to show you how many there are. 20. 20. Oh, when a Simpsons voice actor passes away, their character becomes a silent background type. That was actually his first ever runs of those parallel quests. Damn. Damn. That's good luck. Anyway, so we got a leather hat. It gets better and better. I'm Merrowing. But as you can see, this is obviously leading me someplace. Ice Shield is actually pretty damn good for here. Antidotal Herb is not as good. This is the first mimic. So we'll just kill everyone. Oh, that works. Shows the Guinness Book of World Record for the longest running animated series, which is insane. Yeah, I thought Astro Boy went longer. 1084 or One Piece. No, One Piece would not be. He did bring back Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo for hunting down Dr. Hedos. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. He went with good characters to use. As you can see, there's lots of mimics here.
Brace yourself.
There we go. One Zamel and bam. So, as you can see, it leads to a treasure chamber and oops, all mimics. So.
You're mine.
One of these times we'll get the instant kill. As AI backup is Cax a Fraser range. Oh. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of all these dudes. Oh, that was a single shot. Not bad. Ooh, actually an Iron Mask, which isn't great. but it's better than walking away, like, getting slapped with, getting slapped with a trap like that. Ah, awarded for 1,000 battles. I'm kind of surprised I didn't get that, like, way earlier. As you can see, we're down to 8 treasures. So the traps are still here. Oh, hey, buddy. Motherfucker. Notices you approaching and flees. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. This is a fun level that they added for this version. I know I talked about it before, but I'm gonna show it again. We've got Fade. When you're invisible, you can get close. And then you can recruit them. Blasty. Oh yeah, they explode. You don't want to fight these fuckers. They just explode. It's what they do. I think their spell used to be called Sacrifice, and they would literally just explode. Later, it was renamed to be called Kamikaze. I don't know why, but whatever. Also made a trade with Android 18. Because of 3 of the 4 moves she gives you being overpowered. Oh. That's fair. Ooh, lots of cash. So that's one of the good things about this one, is that you will get mimics, but you'll also get, like, a lot of good shit if you're willing to get through.
Enough!
Like a Zombie's Bane. Zombie's Bane is great. Power Blitz, he doesn't use because of the range, but Deadly Dance with Dual Destructive Disc are fair game. Okay. Nice. If I go through here, we got 3 treasure chests. I think they're all mimics. I could be wrong. We'll find out. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the next actual cave... Oh, wow. That's a res. The next actual cave has to do with... Excuse me. The road to hell. So yeah, as you can see, that worked out well. The next floor... Oh, that's kind of cool. The next floor looks like this. That fall down, right at the beginning of the last floor, takes you to that center area, which is where you have to go. And where you get the storyline treasure for this area. I'm not actually going to get everything, because we're kind of blowing time on this. As you can see, this last floor is just a catch-up. You keep falling down, you end up down here, and then you gotta pull your way back up. So that's that dungeon. Now. Wait, what? That was Minosa, the Minosa Cave. That's a building, that's a town. That's another town. Oh yeah, the island town. Those people. This is the town that you make. Viper's Spire. Oh, this is a completely optional dungeon. It's not bad for structure. Grimland, Ghost Ship, the Shrine of Shackles, Lanson, Shrine of the Everbird, Mount Necrogaunt. Awe of the Necrogaunt. Baramos' Lair. So if we go to the Maw of the Necrogaunt, now we're going to see a different structure. This one is meant to be a road, but it's a defensive road. So as you can see, deadly, hurts like a mother, and his freezer race is a mix of strike and key blast, so Janemba better run. So yeah. We've got a bunch of soldiers, bunch of, statues, displaying the power that used to be Gondo before it was taken over by Baramos. It's not deadly. It's deadly dance. Right. Deadly dance and dual destructive disc. Yeah. So as you can see, this one is structured horizontally. There's less... Had to put a space there because it got turned into an emoji. Oh. Oh. Oh, don't I have... Is that a 7TV emoji? Or is that just, like, built in? Ah, whichever. Dance. Anyway. But, as you can see on this, it's built east-west. And the road structure's the same. But a lot of what this one was trying to accomplish got wiped out by the fact that you can just see where you're going. And the next area is even worse. I'll show you. There were... Actually, you know what? They might not have... They might have found a way to fix it. Excuse me. Which I think actually has something to do with the... Look at this. Look at these suckers just going down. For a second I thought that skeleton had bows in his hair, because I was looking over the other side, like, well, there's dancing things in his... Wait, he doesn't have hair. That's... Oh. Emojis. Alright, so as you can see, we go down here. It's fairly straightforward. Oh, yeah. The laughing cat, yeah. But as you can see that on the right, this is a road that just loops back up in on and stuff. So it's frustrating, but... And actually, the fact that this says Mauve the Necrogond L2, if that weren't there, players would not have a way to know, unless they were like, wait a second, this seems to be going the same place over and over and over again. That wasn't the extension. No, I know that. I know that one because it showed up as is in my chat on the right-hand side. Pathway. Alright. This one. Oh, sure, trust. Hey, cool. What time to go? Angel's Bell. Okay. I forget what those do. Previously it was something else, and it just kind of got turned into Angel's Bell. Which, you know, if it works. Kick has a daily reward system now that gives collectible emojis in a gotcha way. Oh. That's similar to what Twitch was doing too. Because Twitch would set it up as where users could get them by subbing during subbing or gifting bits during a hype train. And then so yeah, you drop down here, brings you to a place underground. I think you gotta go up, like this. It's all the ladders to get back up. So another area that had verticality. I think this is a, yep. Children of the Light. Now this area is gorgeous. But originally, this was actually split into 9 different sections. And it was hard to tell where you were trying to go because there were shadows that barred your path in certain places. You couldn't see past them. You had to walk into the darkness and hope that was the right way. With this whole... Oh, even better, one of those warps would go into an infinite loop that they didn't replicate here. They put the infinite loop somewhere else, So it's still there, but it's not here, and it's not built the same. This, it's impossible to get fucking lost in. But, you know, I'm gonna write that down. Use lighting and block visibility in order to I know where I can use that too. Is lighting and block visibility in order to make certain maze passages more difficult to navigate. But set up ways to prevent full frustration. Like maps and let's say rewards for finding dead ends. Alright. So this is all Molinar. And this is actually how this ends. Now it's beautiful. There's water, waterfalls, these bridges are very well structured. It's got beautiful lighting to show a bit of reality here. Let's get the hell out of here. We already did that. So that was... Now we got Castle of the Dragon Queen, West Tantegel Harbor. Oh, here we go. Now we're in the Dark World. The Talantair Tunnel. Let's see what the structure is in this. A mysterious force prevents you from casting spells. Okay, so... Oh! Anti-magic dungeon? Maybe bar communication with certain elemental losing frames, did I? Okay, good. Maybe bar communication with certain elemental towers. And systems. That might not be bad. Like if players are constantly relying on what's it, like earth magic for enhancement on strength or defense or something like that. Yeah, the Talantair Tunnel, as you can see, it's loops, but also a bit of structure. As you can see, there's stairs everywhere, pillars to make it look nice. I don't know why there's swamp color. Apparently cats and Eevees share a mortal enemy. Cucumbers, yes, I saw that and I had to laugh. Me too. Abilities, pet. Alright, so here is basically just a straight tunnel. Now at the end of the tunnel, on the other hand, because there are places where you can see what's happened outside of the map, at least the movable map, the traversable map, and there are certain things that you can get here. But for the most part, it's just straight line. It's a freaking tunnel. Like if I go here, Treasure chest. Thief's turban. How about that? You know why, cats, are afraid of intruders, though? It actually has to do with snakes. Oh, everything about a hydrant went dead. Everything heals, and I healed. Fuck. The game crashed. This is what I get for having too many mods. Alright. So that's frustrating. There was actually one more dungeon that I wanted to take a look at from that particular game, but we can look at that another time. Instead, what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to bring up Dragon Quest 1 and 2. We're going to switch over and we're going to take a look at the ones from that game. Please wait while the game loads. While it's doing that, I'm also going to do a bit of adjusting. Here's 1 and 2 remake, and then game capture. We're going to switch over to 1 and 2. There we go. So yeah, this is going to give us a little bit of additional opportunity. Hey, it's the wait. Oh no. Somebody lost their account to those bastards. Alright. First time chat. And he's advertising Russia. This is what you get for trying to hire a Russian company to get your bots and get chatters. You get your account lost. They steal your account and they just keep advertising. Welcome to the hack trap. Sorry you had to learn this way, but somebody had to fucking teach you. Anyway. It's like those stupid systems where they're like, hey, buy AI viewers by clicking this link in Discord. They lose their Discord. Okay, this is way loud. I'm gonna drop this down a little bit. Me? No, fuck off. That's what I wanted. We got a headset. Don't tell me this is. Oh my god, it's at full. That's why. There we go. Okay. Alright, so here we are. We got DQ2. DQ1. Now we're gonna get into DQ1. Levi / Alright, so this is Levy. As you can see, he has all of his equipment. He is super powerful, blah 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 blah. Equipment. Helm, armor, shield, sword, Mark of Erdrick, and Pirate King's Pendant. So this is modded, but not too heavily. And this is Erdrick looking. This is not Erdrick, but this is the Descent. So the structure actually is very nice. So, we are, however, going to take a look at the different caves here. We've got Talantir Tunnel, which we're going to warp to. This is called Erdrick's Hollow. Talantir Tunnel was renamed as... Now, as you can see, oh my god, this is so much different. Also, what the space fuck, right? Right. So as you can see on this, Talantir Tunnel looks exactly the same. There are no enemies here anymore, at least there shouldn't be. On the other hand, Team 4-Star is never not hilarious. They are fucking amazing. I love them. As you can see, this first area is pretty much exactly the same as it was before. there's some moss here instead of, like, dark power. There are enemies here now. The game crashed. Why did the game crash so fast? What the fuck? It says Epic account ID. What the fuck? So my game is now just crashing like crazy. That's fun. This is one of my favorite games of all time. And now it's crashing. Fun. Maybe what I'm gonna need to do is prevent battles. Because I'm pretty sure, you know, it's just like mods and shit. But like, wow. So I'm gonna try this again. And actually, we've already explored that place, so I don't even need to go there. So we're gonna do this again. Mr. Erdrick himself. He's super cool. He's such a super cool bro. Alright, we're gonna try this again. I'm going to warp again. I'm stunned that there are enemies there. Like, Erdrick's Hollow used to have no monsters in it for good freaking reason. This version they kind of brought back, so it's been a surprise. The Wayward Chapel, Concussed Cell is an absolute yeah, I can agree with that. Forgotten Ruins is another town that got destroyed. Wayfarer's Chapel. That's where I can open city. In Neptune Quest. Shrine of Rain. This Tower remains that way in this game, in my game. In this version. There's Galenholm, which is awesome. Oh! I'm trying to show off Galenholm, which is the tomb of Galen. So I don't know why they call him Galen. Or no, I do know a Galen. I do know a Galen. Great chef. Great guy. So go through here. This is the tomb of Galen. Now, we're gonna go down here and you're gonna see just how much more fucking mess this place is. Let's see. That is a map nobody should be proud of, unless they just wanted to torture people, or they played way too much Hero Quest. Either way, like D&D minis, this would totally fit. This is totally a D&D minis map. Or something that you would find in a game like either Hero Quest or... Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate 3. Duh. Come on. One of the most famous games in the past decade. Come on. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do Repel. Blue Production. Everything is lower level than me, so I don't have to worry about anything actually getting through that. As you can see, so I know where to go, but in no small part, that's because this place, we have the map. If I didn't have the map, and this was the original version where everything's just giant stone blocks, this would be absurd to try and get through. But as you can see, not only did they try and keep it as close to the original as they could, they also drastically enhanced everything that was in here. Dripping water, ornate masonry. Ornate masonry everywhere. Monsters took it over, so of course it's gonna be dark. The darkness is not what's in the place. Let's do quick protection again. There's no way I'm running out of MP. Like, that's just not happening. So, if I'm not mistaken, One of the interesting and frustrating things about this game, though, is that you have to know where to go. If you don't know where to go in the multiple floors like this, you will get lost, you will get frustrated, but you might actually get some stuff, including punched in the face a lot. This is a game where if you get lost too much, you will get punched in the face a lot. And the fact that they brought in parties of enemies so that it's no longer 1v1 all the time, I was really surprised. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn that off. Oh. That's not Galen, that's not what he looks like. It's more like Rakos turned into. Piffle is generally just the funniest thing Devil Artemis has made, and yes, it's with TFS. Yes! Home for infinite losers. Wait. Devil Artemis is part of Piffle? It's great, dude! I didn't know that! I thought it was just the raw TFS clan. That's awesome. Alright, let's do some more of this. As you can see, there's another Gracchus for some weird reason. And then... Oh! But this does bring to mind another idea. In areas... in dungeons with multiple floors and a goal that isn't escaping the dungeon. Use verticality in both directions. Like going under a goal area and approaching it from below. There we go. Remember when Raditz got hit by a dodgeball that shot out of a cannon? Yes! Oh my god, that was such a great skit. I loved when they did that. It was so funny. Carved a poem penned by Galen himself. Read it. Oh. Yeah, I'm skipping this shit. Don't need it. So he wanted to, you know, thank Erdrick for, you know, fighting off the shadows, but not being able to return home. It's kind of heartbreaking. So at Galenholm, we got the roadside inn. Nameless ruins. Oh, look. That's where I put Obsidian. Craggy Cave. Oh, here we go. Craggy Cave is important. I'm gonna go through here. This is actually pretty well kept the same, honestly, from the original. Not even the Game Boy version. Thank God not the Game Boy version. That was annoying. This version was good. So, this area has multiple levels to it, but the one in the top left and bottom right both go to dead ends, basically. There are treasure chests in the dead ends, but they're essentially dead ends. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go through here. Now, as you can see, this is very craggy, and yeah, there's masonry in here, but this is meant to be I should take note of that. In rocky areas, don't be afraid to have certain places within look like they were carved out or had masonry built in to make it more neat. There we go. So things that I want. If I'm not mistaken, this actually was like a bandit hideout or something like that. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of shit here. Treasure chests that are open and empty. We go down these stairs. And we'll notice... Structure's about right. They did put a lot more story in here, so that was interesting. But as you can see, there's just a bunch of dead ends that all of them have treasure. Some of it's gold, some of it's stuff that sells for gold. And one of them is actually a strength ring that boosts your combat output. So maybe that's something. Have grottos where it's all dead ends, but each end contains treasure. One of the other games that we're going to want to take a look at is older Final Fantasy games, like the original, the FF1 of everyone's nightmares. It's a fun game if you play certain versions, but the one where you do like spell levels and you only get certain amounts of casts for that spell level, because it's built the way it is, it doesn't feel right to me, you know? Because I've been dealing with MP systems pretty much my entire life. Got Rimuldar, Cave of the Dwarves. Oh, I forgot about that. Cave of the Dwarves is so out there. Dara, the Field of Flowers. Citadel of the Monarch of the Mountains. The Weird Wood was weird. Like, this is completely new. And then we got the Weeping Isle, which is... I'm glad they actually made use of this. The original version, this was just like, hey, there's a maze that you never have to ever go through for any reason. There's no reason to go there. At all. And in fact, if you do go there, the only thing you're going to get is turned around. It's irritating as hell. And makes no goddamn sense. On the other side, you've got the Sanctum, the Shred of the Spirit, the Sanctum, the Western Isle, and the Dragonlord's Castle. Dragonlord's Castle is just... We can take a look at the Weeping Isle. This was very new. And as you can tell, it's got TQ2 music. This is all over the place. The structure on this didn't feel right. I was not a fan of the structure. And in part, the reason was because it felt completely out of place for the rest of it. And the structure is much closer to something you'd see in DQ8. Or like Final Fantasy XII, which FF12 was not my favorite for installation design. Its world and traversal, fantastic. Its combat, lots of fun. Its dungeons, not so much. Its story was an abortion. There were so many things that could have gone better. But as you can see, that's what we got into Q1. If I go to Stop Adventuring, return to Tails. Yes. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to go to DQ2. And we're going to check out the, we're going to check out the, places in here. Story objective has been updated. As you can see, I look like Erdrick again, which is weird. If I do equipment, Supreme Sword and Shield, Roman armor, elevating shoes, and mark of virtue. Elevating shoes is good for him. Rubus' sword on Paprika is disgusting. Goddess shield. Where is Lambalera? Oh yeah, there's like another item that's even better, which is disgusting. So we're gonna use Zoom. Now we've got a lot of different places here. We've got Spring with the Hero, which is great. If you've been playing Neptune Quest Ultra and you've seen my rendition of this, you know what's good. They did so much good with this. As you can see, it's structured in such a way that everything is available right off the bat. This is very, very early dungeons. Very good for us. Now, if we take a look at the next one, we've got Cave of the Lake. Ah, yes, this was also well done. Excuse me. In the original, you didn't have a map, so there was still, a little bit of back and forth and getting lost. It wasn't too bad. It's super simplified. So there's that. We got right bumper. Oh, left bumper. As you can see, there's just like small branches to the path, but it's primarily a straight line. Story grottos. Try to keep the getting lost to a minimum in the early game by making them mostly linear with only small side paths that don't take much time to peruse. There we go. So that's something we can look at. Now, because this is early game, that really makes sense. Monahan, Deserted Village. Oh yeah. Moonbrook, Swamp Shrine, Pillar of Winds. Oh. Pillar of Winds is wild. I restructured in NetQuest Ultra so that a storyline event takes place here. So look forward to that. I'm playing my fan games. Shrine West of Moonbrook, we got the Oasis, which is funny because I built an Oasis there too, and it's not available. It's like the code is there, but like the story doesn't take it there, so that's fine. We got the Dragon's Horns, Rippleport, Mountains. Oh, that's right. Now this is just, it's not even a dungeon or anything. We got the Shrine, Cantajo, Erdrick's Hollow again, Grand Rain, Galen Wall, Craggy Cave. Craggy Cave is actually still there, and it's just the same as the last ones. Hall, Quagmire, Rundar, Dandara, Antland, Shrine of Spirit, Sanctum, Dragon's Castle. He's a good dude. He's okay. He is restored to goodness. Lighthouse, Baran, Shrine north of Baran, Yggdrasil's Arbor, Zahan, a Shipwreck Shrine, Gaggle Rock. Oh god. I remember Gaggle Rock. It's a Fraggle Rock reference. Burrowell, Shrine of Flames, Durkander, most of this game was done with Civilization, I think. Shrine of Revelations, Fairy Palace, Mercy, Mermaid Sanctuary, Den of Iniquity. Oh, these are the... We got Sluice. We checked the Den of Iniquity. Let's go with this one. Because if I remember correctly, this is actually like a small grotto underground. Yep. Under the water. And it's literally just a straight line. Okay, so that answers that question. Not really worth it. Let's see. So that was the Den of Iniquity, where we are right now. Sluice, Tower of the Moon. Yeah, everything's some structures. It's not so much like caves or something else. Volcanic Grotto. Oh. That's a good. That's good. Very similar to how Orochi's lair was. It's structured so that you've got lava everywhere. It burns. It really burns. Excuse me. But as you go further down, there are a lot of confusing back and forths. I don't think I want to do this because it's just frustrating. This kind of thing is just straight up frustration. Like you're going up and down and up and down and up and down. You can't. It is bad thing. Then you got P5, and then down at the bottom where you've got right. So I'll show you there. How do I get out of here? Check out the rest. That was Volcanic Grotto. Okay, so you got the sunken ship, which is very new, very interesting. We've got the Sea Lord's Lairs, the Seabed Storms, Isle of the Monarch of Metals, Shrine of Rubis, Shrine south of Renderak. I forget what that is. Passage to Renderak. Here we go. This is, I think, the most... Oh, yeah, Cave of the Dwarves and Cave of Confusion is just straight. I did not like that. Cloud's Gate Citadel is very new, and I don't know why they brought that. But they did, so... We're gonna take a look at the passage. This specifically was a place to get lost. So down below is actually where one of the quests used to be. I don't remember if that's where it is here. I don't think it is. Because the crests were given full story significance in DQ1 and 2, which was brilliant. I'm so glad they did that. But as you can see, a lot of this is just a couple of loops with holes all over the place. Dodge the holes, we're fine. You go upstairs, and you'll find yourself either in a stairway or in this mess. This mess is just meant to take up time. It's just time consumption to pad out and get you fighting. And then, of course, there's Passage to Renderak 3. There's a lot of this going on. Pitfalls all over the place on this way. And I think in the bottom left, it actually takes you to a place where you can, get a secret weapon, which is the Thunderbolt sword at the time. You can see how much of this there is too. Holy crap. And that'll get you to Renderak. Defeat the darkness that possessed her. So that is all of the caves and dungeons that are part of DQ 1, 2, and 3. We've seen all of them by this point. Which is actually kind of surprising. We were able to get through it. I don't think I want to do anything with DQ these dungeons, just to do research-wise. Because there are aspects of that that are just... I feel like they could have done better. I really feel like they could have done better. Let's think. Another place I got looked though, and I don't actually have Pixel Master 1 installed right now, so I can't show that. But that might be another thing I want to do. Oh! One of the things I want to show in the future is going to be Golden Sun. We're going to do a playthrough of that. Straight up playthrough of that, because that game is fucking great. Camelot did a fantastic job. The DS one, Dark Sun, not great. Really could have been better. And it's got stuck in there. Whew. On the downsides of having a huge ass water bottle. I've been using less tea bottle, so it's a lot more water than it is tea. It's so good though. I'm trying to think what else. Tell you what, why don't I switch us over to RPG Maker, and I'll show you what I'm working on. Alright, let me back out of this real quick. And I'm going to close this up. Now let's see if I can get how we looking. Alright, so this is what I've been working on. As you can see, we've got a Forest Cave Grotto. We've got a Western Spring Grotto. And I did set up for... And this is all based here. So I'll show you what this looks like if you bear with me a second. And yeah, again, the music is not permanent, like, at all. This will not stay. So I've got a forest grotto, which is over here. There's gonna be trees outside, and I'm planning to have, like, a little bit of, like, greenery on the inside, like some moss coming in. I'll show you what the opening area looks like. And then the second one is going to be a nearby waterfall grotto. So you'll see that Western Spring Grotto and then Forest Cave Grotto. I've been doing some work here, so I'll show you what this looks like now. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, so Legend of the Archangel. This is the game I'm working on for now. Close this monitoring thing. Alright. So we're going to continue. I cannot remember where this is. You know, let's get out of there. We'll just do new game. I do not have combat all over the place, so this is how it remains. I did take away the active lighting, though, because it was chugging the frame rate. I can only do so much. I'm wondering if I should zoom out the camera a bit more. This is my attempt at making a 3D model for a slime. Ain't that fun? And then, of course, this is using the in-game rendering engine for one of the sprites. They both do the same thing. So this is what an entrance looks like. This is what the mine is going to start looking like. Alright. I got rid of the torches because they were chugging the frame rate, like I said. Now I do have lumos. As you can see, there is some lighting. There are some... I still don't know how to fix that, but I have an idea. That's what I have to do. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. Oh, one downside about this You could accidentally end up on top of the roof. So that's fun. But that's the only place where that happens. I think it's because it's actually two. It's two of these, so if you can see. I made it so that the floor is a little bit lower. The inside of these water areas actually looks a little bit more logical. The track will show you where the mine goes. Okay? All of this other stuff is going to be where extras are going to be. Like supplies, gold, maybe a little bit more combat here and there. Special monsters if you want to go in for like extra stuff. As you can see, I set it up so that it looks more like a mine. So with more supports. This is going to be the first boss. I'm not going to fight that because it's going to kick my ass. And then we're going to end up with a game over. And you can see the game over. Anyway. So we get out of here. This is what I've been working on that structure. I've come up with a couple of ideas, especially with the verticality and the using pitfalls in order to. I've been getting rid of the fruit flies lately, which has been working out rather well, but always more. It's kind of frustrating. So, this is the first area. As you can see, it does go a little bit faster. Not tremendously faster, but a little bit. If I go over to... Yeah, in the engine, it looks very different. And this can't bring back up. Come on, I want to monitor the fucking game. So, this is the slowest area to load so far. I still don't know why. And as you can see, it's a little bit slow in an eternal flowette. Holy shit. There you go. Go for that eternal flowette, because that's a rare. I'm thinking there's got to be something not loading properly in this. It is a big map, that's true. But I have it reduced rendering distance, so hopefully it doesn't take as long to load each area. It's just frustrating with the frame rates this slow. As you can see, the trees are kind of loading in as you get closer. They got that silhouette first, and then they come in, as you can see. It's not a bad little effect I set up. Now, this is the first second boss section. This is where you start really getting in and meeting people that are, you know, having bad shit happen to them. And you're like, hey, I'm gonna help these guys out. So continue our way through here. This is a large area with a lot of grass to it. Now, if I open up the map, as you can see, not much of it has actually opened up. I am wondering if this place is too big for its own good. Because as you can see, there's a lot of this going on. It's all empty. So I'm wondering if maybe it's not a good idea for me to have an area this big if it's going to cause the game to chug so much. The only active area is that first area on the left-hand side. So technically what I could do is reduce the size of the map, put like a fence up and just say, hey, there's going to be a bunch of farmers that are tending to their grain out here. Do try to be kind to them and leave them alone. So you got these lowlands where there's the rocks. But again, this is more flavor than anything. And yeah, technically it's a type of open world, but it doesn't really mesh with a lot of people. I gotta figure out how to set that up to loop better. Anyway, so now we're gonna go to the area where I show you where those two new dungeons are going to be. One of them's a mountain grotto, like I mentioned. Forest cave grotto, I should say. And the other is the Western Spring grotto. They're actually not far from each other. Remember that there is jumping in this game. So I'm gonna have that, you know, be brought up as something like, man, kid never skipped leg day. Something like that. Or you can jump. Boy can jump. I've been trying to find ways to make, what is it? I've been trying to find ways to make, like, the background render as not more tiles like that, but more like an image. You can put an image there. And I think I have a way to do it. It's just kind of frustrating. Because I have to build a tile map for it, and then stage a tile as like a wall. Oh, here we go. And this is the forest area. It's kind of messy, and there are places where there are dead ends. So, like, I'll show you. You can get in between the trees and the rocks off this way. There are paths, but not all of them lead to something important. As you can see originally, this path here, for example, leads to that. It's a long, long trench. Take a look at that. You can fall in the trench and you can get out, but there's not really much here. So the good news is, if you do come through here and make your way through the trenches, and then you open up your map, you can see what exists here. So, now the reason I don't have any slopes on here and you have to jump your way up, it's actually because of a glitch that I'm trying to fix. And I haven't found a way to do it yet. That glitch is the reason why every slope is right next to something that is directly only one tile above. Only one, never more. Because what will happen is you'll find yourself teleported to the top of it. Slopes, for some reason, ignore collision, or cause characters to ignore collision that have to deal with verticality. So as you can see, on my way back to the regular path. There we go. So there is, like, a little bit of looping around. Not a tremendous amount, but enough so that, you know, if you get lost, you can actually find your way back just by looking for the path. And you can open up the map. So, it's not great, but it does tell you where to go. Now, the first new dungeon, first new grotto is going to be about over here. There we go. It is not an active warp yet. This is just, the tile is there to show me where I want to put this. This is going to be like a natural cave. Now, if we take a look at over here, yes, you do have to jump over that. That's important. What you have to do, now the other one is actually right here. As you can see, this is the Western Spring Grotto. And you can see it's a spring, definitely, because, you know, I set it up like this. There's waterfalls all over the place. There's an indoor underground spring. So similar in structure to the underground lake is what I'm going to do structure-wise. One of the things you're going to need is actually here. The Woodsman's Axe. I'll show you what the Woodsman's Axe does. I cannot believe it took me so long to do this, but I finally managed to get it done. I managed to get these felling logs to turn into bridges with one event. It took a long time to try and figure out exactly the method to make that work. Now, granted, it's been on and off, but instead of this being... There are actually two bridges, so I'll show you the first one. See? Remember that gorge we were in before? That crevice? This bridges the gap now. But because we have a woodsman's axe, it tips over, and now we have a bridge that clips into the ground. Anyway, it also doesn't go too deep into here, but it is what it is. Gotta have some believability, right? If it wasn't like that, it wouldn't have actually fallen. You got this little mossy area through here. And once again, we got a second one to bridge the gap. And these are permanent. So if I leave the map and come back, they stay down. So I can cross back that earlier way that we came. Remember where I saw the... This is the pole that was on the other side. We flipped it down, and it worked. 3D, and it took me fucking ever to figure out how to do that. So this is the game I'm making. And this is one of the dead ends I was talking about. Hopefully I'll put something like a treasure chest in there or something like that. And on this one, right next door... Wait, is that... Oh, it's not passable. Oh. Whoopsie. Yeah, this one over here. Is this another dead end? Pretty sure it is. It's like a longer dead end, too. Yep. I'm wondering if I could put, like, good flowers or, like, a possible, challenge enemy that has good drops of, you know, good stuff. Good drop rates. Would be interesting. I could do that. But now that we're out of the forest, as you see, things are still slow, and that's actually the size of the map. So I gotta find ways to reduce lag. Anywho. So that's that. Oh wow. That is really slow to load right now. I wonder if it's because my computer's doing so much in 3D right now. In part, I'm 3D, so there's that. Anyway, so I'll close this. So this was, you remember the mine we were looking at before? This is what it looks like in the engine. The teapots are literally just rocks. They turn into rocks on the sides, the tops, and the bottoms, just so that it looks like the cave looks more natural. But the reason I was trying to do this is because that forest, bring back up the Southwest Main City Forest. Those two grottos are up here in the top right, and down here in the bottom left. So, if I were to do a stone grotto like this, I think probably what I would do is do the craggy grotto. So we're going to go into the Forest Cave Grotto. I'm going to expand the size on this, so it's not 17 by 13. Let's make it 40 by 40 by example. Alright. So we got something about 40 by 40. And we're going to start off, we're going to make it, you know, rocky. Bam. Now, since we start in the south, what our first option is probably going to be is to start here. Okay? So, here's the entrance. Probably go something like this. A little bit of opening. Open up a little bit like this. And then we've got some openness going off this way. And it leads to another split off like this. There we go. And that turns into a small outcrop area like this. So that opens up like that. This could be another like so. There we go. We'll do another one of these. So the reason you don't want it to be like this, where it's only one wide, is because occasionally you'll just end up with characters getting stuck in different places. So, you know what I could do is have these be, you know, like that. And we set things up so it's more like this. So this would be the entrance. This could be like a small resting area. Right? Because there are people that, you know, either lived here or are living here. Go off this way. Try and make it nice and well constructed, like so. We've got this, which leads off here. It's set up so that this splits off twice. Not, don't crash on me. Don't you crash. That was weird. And then what we can do is have a lower, another section that leads off this way. And you end up with...
Hola. Me has atrapado. En medio, suavemente.
Hey, Shadow Ninja, what's good? Welcome, welcome. We're done with the analysis part. Now we're putting some stuff into practice. So, one of the things is that I want to make more stuff that doesn't lead to dead ends after like long bits, but like the dead ends are short, sweet. Dungeon's mostly linear, but there's more you know what you do. Let's do that. Switch things up structure-wise. There we go. Have this be like a small grotto. So you get good. Let's hear it. So you can get some more treasures out of that area. But then this would be like where... Oh, what I mentioned before on having, you know, craggy areas mixed with masonry. We could have something be here. There we go. So what I can do with this is I've got tile I can use. So what I'll do, now this is all, yeah, this is all bottom layer, which is good. What I can do is set up for that, done. Alright, so this place is like, internally speaking, you've got some good structures, okay? What I can do, set that there. And then what I can do we could set up some kind of like braziers here. Maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe. I'm pretty sure we set this up so that the height in here with the ceiling is 8 high. Shit. Okay, I don't want that. Let's make it 3 high. We're gonna use A410. It's gonna be 3 high. You're gonna be able to see through the back, so that the camera doesn't drive you completely crazy. It's going to be 3 high. Now, if I set my regions, this is going to be the main thing. This is how you determine how tall walls are going to be with this particular system. So this is actually somewhat reminiscent of somewhere between the Rocky Crag area from DQ1, the Craggy Cave. Somewhere between that and what is it? The Adventurer's Baptism area, where they're talking about, new adventures and people going out on their own to find their courage and their blessings in the world. So yeah, but all of this 3 that I'm putting down is setting up so that all of that is going to be 3 blocks tall. So it's going to meet the ceiling. Once that's done, we might actually be able to test this out and show what this turns out to look like. So, we don't have a heck of a lot when it comes to stuff like moss that I can put in a dungeon like this, but it's mostly good. So switch back over to that so I don't accidentally paste a whole bunch of something over what I'm looking for. Now, if I go back to Southwest Main City Forest, grab this, and I'm going to set this up so that that's the plugin command. If it's less than or equal to 1, it warps you to the new area. Control, so self switch is off. Transfer player. Here we go. We're not going to the mine. Instead, now we're going to go to the Forest Cave Grotto. It's going to be here. It is up. Is correct. The camera pitch, I think, is actually going to be... zero. Pretty sure the camera pitch has to be 0 for that. And what I'll do, let's go into the mine. Grab that. Throw it in, where are we? Forest Cave Grotto. Place it here. Now, the rotation I need on this is 0. The X off is going to be nothing. The Y off is going to be negative 0.51, which is good. Rotation is, I think it's be 180. Lamp white is correct. Now, what's the BGM I have in here is probably NG Mine. NG Dungeon. Oh, a little much. There's this, too. I'll go with this one for now. The other one seems more like deep mine. I'll probably set that up as the other thing here. Now, let's take a look at this. Not going to the Seraph's Rest mine outside. Instead, we're going to go to the forest here, facing down. And the yaw, this time is going to be 180. So fix that up. Now let's test and see if this is actually going to work. Alright. I don't remember which one is closest. So I think it's actually like 5 is pretty close. No. Shit. This is the dungeon that I've been working on. Level 1. The interior is fun. It is so fun. As you can see, it's got a sky ball. This is a door that opens from the other. Door's barred from the other side. There you go. So if you go to the other side, I'm walking through walls. This is supposed to take you there after you finish the dungeon. But this becomes... Yep. Opens the door. So once you get to the other side, you can just plop it open, and bam, you're good to go. Now, as you can see, I kind of modeled a fair amount of this based off of the Skyrim Nordic dungeons, and the... what are they called? Forts. The Nordic forts. This is, you know, where people go in to rest. Oh, there we go. But yeah, there's some shelter from the rain. We did a little bit of the stuff on the side. As you can see, the modeling's not completely done, so that's a little bit messy. Big ass bonfire, spear racks, privies, place to eat. Anyway, I have to reload that. Primarily because, unfortunately, when I was working on that, and I decided to change the door into, you know, a wall with, you know, the ability to just go through there, that broke it. So I can't escape anymore. So instead we're going to do, 6. Let me see if this is... Nope. Damn it. That's annoying. You know what? I don't want to do that. let's check 4. It's too bad I can't type these. Where's 4? Oh no, don't tell me this is the one in the big field where I was doing testing with the inn. Something tells me that's what it is, because it's taking forever to load. Oh, no, this is exactly where I wanted it to be. It just takes forever to load. Alright, so, we're gonna go from here. Alright. Here we go. So, let's have a look and see if this is actually going to work. So, as I showed you, this is the entrance now. Okay? Let's see if this works now. Alright. So, as you can see, it functions. I can use skills. We'll use Lumos. There we go. Actually, see where we're going a little bit better. So it's nice and structured. Very good. The ceiling looks just like it should. And even if you do kind of get lost, all you gotta do is hit tab. You got your map. Not a bad structure so far. Doesn't look too terribly complicated. Doesn't look too terribly simple. It's not like a complete straight line, but it's not too winding and driving you crazy. I'm gonna make my way over to here. Let's see if the tiles look good. They do. Alright. So as you can see, this is not coded properly, so it's not going to show right. The idea is that what I'm going to do is I'll set them up. They're actually going to be here and here. They're going to be coded as pillars, similar to the way I have the trees work, where the texture is going to be the entire thing, and it's going to stretch all the way to the ceiling. As you can see, this is going to be the same. But all I have to do is actually code that. And, yeah. So this looks structure-wise like it's pretty solid. You know? Probably put some good treasures in here. Maybe a couple of simple baddies that you just beat the shit out of. Let's make sure the exit works just fine. Even though it takes for fucking ever. Fuck. Oh! Shit. Well, A, the music's still going. And B, the entire area rendering. And C, there's no fog. The little things you learn doing game dev. As you can see, this is a much bigger area. This pond, much bigger than it looks. And this spring is actually just here. Now, there's good reason for that, because I don't want it to be too big. But there's, like, in this area is going to be a lot of stuff. As you can see, if I didn't change everything, though, I'd just go right back to the mine. And then when I leave, I'm started. Oh, I might as well show you guys one of the things I've been working with in the combat thing. Since I'm here and the test fights are here, as long as they come back. Come on. Respawn on me, bastards. Oh, I'm level 2. I've been doing some fight on that. So, in my equips, you'll see I got copper sword, shield I got nothing. I'm basically walking around butt-ass naked with a copper sword. But, combat is still going to look like this. Imps. I missed the timing. But, okay. That still works. one of the things that I've been planning to do is have it where if you time a block with a shield, your shield block, your shield block either increases by 1 or it doubles. I'm not sure which. Probably just like 1, whatever. On the other hand, if you nail the timing perfectly, you can actually shield bash the enemy and stun them. Or maybe what I can do is have that built into a level up skill. Oh, I could do that. That sounds like it'd be fun. I was planning on just having it work if you have shield, but it makes more sense if you set it up where it's something you earn up to. Like, you've been using a shield for a while, you talk to one of the guards who is, you know, uses a shield for defensive purposes, and he's like, hey, you can actually stagger your foes if you do it right. I think it'd be really good. I really do. I think that could be fabulous. Now, unfortunately, I have run out of stuff to display for the night, but we're coming up fairly close to the end of the night anyway, so we're probably going to just call it for now. We got a little bit of good research done. One of the things that I want to do, and like I said, Golden Sun is definitely going to be both I play this game because it's awesome, and it's good for research, because there's so much in it for research. So much. And I have it on the Switch too, so I shouldn't need to actually get any additional software or anything like that in order to show and investigate it. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, thank you all so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed. I hope maybe you learned something. Thought about game design a little bit more, I don't know, constructively on the different things that go into it to try and, you know, make a game feel like it's worth playing, like it's a story worth reading into, a world worth investing some time into, characters worth getting to know, music that's good enough to, you know, pop into your ears and you're like, you know what, I could go with this. I could go with this for a while. I'll be back when I can. I'll do my damnedest to try and make sure I got something good and good timing to make this kind of thing work. I know I'll be back on Saturday with a long stream, because today is the birthday of a buddy of mine. Good dude. KR Anime. He has his birthday today. So if you see him on the streams, or if you spot him on Twitch, Twitter, whichever, wish him happy birthday for me. I'm gonna see if he's live right now. He's probably not, because we got work tomorrow. But, you know, there's always a chance. Mega is no longer live. She has finished her game. Eto's doing all kinds of stuff with Phazon Mines. Okay, cool. She's been busy. Let's see if Kara is available. If he is, we'll just raid into him and we'll say happy birthday. We got Alpha Aniki. Come on, brother man, where are you? Nah, it doesn't look like he's available tomorrow. I don't see him live, at least. I do not know that one. Another friend that I made a long time ago was Desync. Good dude. He's playing a game I've never. But I think who I'm going to raid out to is Eto. So stick around. We're going to raid Eto. She's playing some Metroid Prime. Come on. Pre-roll ads are disabled for 63 minutes. Cool. There's Eto. Alright, we're gonna raid into Eto because she's awesome. And she is playing Metroid Prime. So, I'll see you all again very soon. Take care, rest well. And I will see you next stream. Sorry, Red. Stick around while I hit the button for outro. Yeah.